the people that I'm talking about don't even delve into the fundamentals of these ideas. Like for them, the closest they can get to is repeat something from somebody that they heard say something that was profound.
Right.
And this is where we are. And to me, that's I don't know, man. I have certain beliefs or views on certain types of personalities. And like for me, I like the business person. I'm a big fan of the business person. I love the person who brings technology out into the world. And I think you've said this before. It's like, even like a TE person, it's like they can do these things and it's great and they can run a business and blah, blah, blah. And then they start saying, well, I know what truth is. And it's like, whoa, wait a minute. No, that's not your game. Truth is not your game. Fundamental understanding is not really your game unless you've been programmed with some understanding of a fundamental concept that you pull up and can use and will, but it's not because you can identify it yourself. Someone has instilled it in you and you just have a grasp of that now that you just use when you need to use. But that's a difference between somebody that is asking questions of life and saying, hey, I understand why we have these concepts. See, A leads to B to C to D and blah, blah, blah.
Yo.
For them, they don't, it's just like, hey, somebody taught us B. We got B.
We even got B to C. And I've been using that for a long time. I'm like, okay. So what about A? What do you mean A? Why is A even important? Why are you changing the subject? This is the whole reason we're doing this. How do you know? I don't believe you. You don't have all the things other people have.
Right. Then it becomes...
And the experts. I'm just asking what this came from. Root cause analysis, y'all. Anyone?
You took the words right out of my mouth. Then it becomes, hey, somebody that I thought was respectable said this thing. Who are you? What are your qualifications? You know what I'm saying? Why should I listen to you?
Who are you? Who are you to disagree with the experts?
And then that's why I'm saying we're not having a conversation in good faith, because I just want to get down to the bottom of the idea. I don't have to be right. I just want to understand it. For you, it's a different thing. You don't care about the idea. If it works, it's good enough. Then that's it.
As long as you're in the good category when this conversation ends, that's all you're here for. That's all you want. That's all you're talking about. And I can appreciate the fact that is a value for some. It is just not mine. I don't need you to look good for me to believe you. No. This needs to work for me in my context, period. And if it doesn't, then we aren't having a conversation anymore, because that's the only thing that I'm searching for. I'm not looking for how this makes me look or how this makes you look. This either helps me fix my problem or it doesn't.
True. I think what you're saying is, to me, I need to see the logical progression of all ideas. And that can come from anybody. Right. And the thing which throws me, and it just reminds me as you're talking, like the thing that throws me off is that there are people who that's for one, that's not what they're doing. They do an association. So it's almost like a fallacy. There are people who will say, and not to say that this is true, you engage with objectivists. Ayn Rand was a racist or something, right?
Right. I love it. She didn't like people over here. That's possibly true. What does that have to do with our talk about A to B?
Nothing.
Does that change reality in any way, shape, or form? Well, I don't like how she said this. That's probably accurate. What does it have to do with our conversation? We were talking about a different thing.
But that's what...
A nice person.
That's the thing, man. It's like they don't understand. I don't care if it was Hitler. If Hitler had a good idea, I would say, that was a good idea. That has nothing to do with Hitler.
Right? Could we?
But for some people, this is how they think. Oh, this person came up with that idea, so it can't be a good idea. What are you talking about? We're talking about ideas. I've had specific people come to me and I'll say something, especially about objectivism. And they're like, don't you know about her life? What does her? And I'm listening to this book about the biography, and it doesn't change anything. The ideas are the ideas. And the people who can't grasp that, if anybody is ever watching this, you can't care about that. If you care about ideas and you can identify that there are people who don't care about ideas, I'm not saying you have to get away from them, but don't let them waste your time and pretend like you're having a conversation about ideas. You are not. You're not having a conversation about ideas with them.
You are not, and you will not.
They don't care. It's
They are demonstrating the inability to help you with this problem. And I think that's like if the goal is understanding, if the goal is to effectively solve an issue and gain greater clarity, they can't provide it.